discipline is a lot more important than motivation because one day you can be motivated and the next day you probably won't. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Bourbon Effect. My name is Tunji, and you already know what it is, so let's talk. Now, today we're going to be talking about men's epiphany stage, and I know you're probably looking at the title and you're a little confused on what do I mean by that, because typically when we hear about the epiphany stage, we think about women and the urgency to have kids and settle down and get married. But I feel like men also have our own epiphany stage that we don't really talk about too much. And typically, what it is just awakening, realization. And the realization essentially is understanding that the world does not care about you. The world does not care about you. They don't care about how you feel, what you're going through. Every time I think about this, I think about a verse on Earl Sweatshirt's song. I believe it's Chum. And in the verse, he says, I don't care what you're going through, what you've been through. I need bars, 16 of them. And that kind of resonated with me a little bit because, in other words, what he's saying is that, look, I don't really give a fuck about what you're going through in your life. I need what I need. And that's essentially how the world looks at men. We're seen as disposable. We're looked at like we are not needed. And basically nobody gives a fuck about what we're going through, how much weight we have on our shoulders. No one cares. And it's also a realization that nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to help you up to get through whatever issues that you're going through, because at the end of the day, you are the only one that can help yourself. You are the only one that can get yourself out of the hole that you're in right now. And it's a hard realization because when you're younger, not that you think you have all the time in the world, but you're not really thinking about your future all that well. Unless, you grew up in a household where they taught you how to work hard from a very young age so you can reap the benefits. But if I'm being honest with you, a lot of guys don't really get to the epiphany stage up until their mid 20s. If you're lucky, maybe you're early, but a lot of guys get it at their late 20s. And the epiphany stage for men is honestly a little scary because at this moment, this is when you realize that no matter what you're going through or what's going on, how hard your life is, nobody cares. Nobody cares and nobody's coming to save you. The only person that can save you is you. The future that you want to have, the success that you want to achieve, all that is up to you. Because every decision that you make from that moment on will determine where you're going to end up in life. Whether you're going to be successful, whether you're going to be the average man just like everybody else, or you're going to achieve all the goals that you've been striving to achieve and get there. But it's easier said than done because that means that you have to hold yourself accountable, discipline yourself. And as easy as that sounds, it is difficult. It's something that you have to train yourself for. It's something that you have to train yourself to do. Because oftentimes we always hear, a lot of times guys lack motivation. Oh, I'm not motivated to do this and do that. But at the end of the day, man, discipline is a lot more important than motivation. Because one day you can be motivated and the next day you probably won't. But does that mean that you're not going to handle your responsibilities? Does that mean you're not going to handle the shit that you need to do? No. You still have to do it. You're in the realization now that one day you're going to have a family who depends on you. You're going to have a family who looks at you for your leadership. You're going to be the man of the household. Unless you're you're playing into the 2023 standard of dating where it's like 50-50 and all this stuff. Like where I'm from, that's not how it is. The man is the provider, the protector, and he's the leader of his family. And that's what I want to achieve. As much as I talk about how to talk to women and how to get women and all this stuff, I honestly do want to have a family myself. I grew up an only child. I had a very lonely childhood. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm not going to mope to myself and be sad all day and wish that my dad was more present in my life and all this crap. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares. You are the deciding factor on where you end up in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. And you're going to see in the next 5 to 10 years where everybody's at. Who are the outliers that became successful as far as the men are concerned? Who are the people that got arrested? Who are the people that passed away? You're going to realize exactly where you fit in if you're just the average man, which there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, who wants to be average? Some people may be okay with it, but I'm not. I want to break this generational curse that I've been seeing in my family. I want to be the outlier. And it's scary because I know nobody is going to save me. Nobody's going to help me do it. If I want to get that future of being successful and breaking that generational curse, I know it is up to me and nobody else. And that's a lot of weight to carry on your shoulders. And it's scary. And it sucks. Because as men, we go through so much that I feel like people do not realize or even care to understand. We come online every day and we see women bashing us. We hear society telling us that, we're misogynistic and us being masculine is now a negative thing. It's almost as if we can't do anything and we can't express ourselves. They tell us to express ourselves, and when we do, they hold it against us. So it sucks. Do you guys want us to express ourselves or do you want us to shut the fuck up? Either way, I'm not shutting the fuck up. I'm going to say how I feel. You have to realize that you cannot be stuck in this cycle of worrying about what other people think about you. Right now, I'm in the process of making this YouTube channel and growing it and expanding it into other ventures that I plan for myself and the future. I'm not just going to stop here. I want to do a lot of other things, but I know I have to build the foundation. And that is what this is. And I can't afford to fail. Failing is not an option. But to transition in failure, also understand that when I say failing is not an option, I just mean in life in general. Because you're going to fail a lot of times in life. But you cannot let that stop you. You cannot let failure prevent you from getting to the goals that you want to achieve. You cannot let failure hold you back. Because failure and rejection is just a stepping stone to success. You want to hit that PR, you didn't hit it, fuck it, try again next week. You get what I mean? Relate it to the gym. You know how many times you've gone to the gym and tried to hit a PR and you couldn't hit it? If you had stopped right then and there and said, fuck it, man, I can't even do this, you would never know if you could actually hit it. You would never even hit it because you decided to give up. That's why PRs are... It's so happy to hit a PR because you overcame that obstacle. And that's how you have to look at life. No matter how many times you fail, you have to keep going. You have to keep trying. That life that you want, that car that you want, that baddie that you want, it's not going to come to you without sacrifice and hard work. It's not. So, what is the deciding factor? It's you. If you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to expect other people to believe in you? Oftentimes, when we're striving to achieve greatness or striving to achieve a goal that's very great, we expect people to believe in us right off the bat, believe in our vision. And you notice how a lot of times when you are on the path to your goals and trying to be successful, there are not many people who are there with you because a lot of times people doubt you. People don't believe that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. Sometimes they think that your dreams are too big to achieve. And so they just look at you and they don't necessarily support you. But it's not until you believe in yourself so much that you just begin to garner a lot more attention, a lot more fans, depending on what your occupation is. And now those same people who doubted you, those same people who didn't think that you could achieve the dreams that you wanted, now they're looking at you like, oh shit, like he's actually doing it. And now all of a sudden they become a fan. Now all of a sudden they want to say, oh man, congratulations, kudos, blah, blah, blah. Yo, if you ever want to, that's why you always hear artists saying like, yo, it when you're on the road to success, it's very lonely, and all of a sudden when you become successful, now you have a whole bunch of people who want to hit you up, say what's up, say congratulations, but you know the only reason why they're doing that is because a lot of times they want something, and there are some people who can truly want to just congratulate you, but at some point there's going to be a favor that's being asked. With the men's epiphany stage, you tend to realize that you have to kick your ambition and your focus in overdrive. Because without those two things, there's no way you're going to achieve anything that you want to achieve. If you like focus, if you like ambition, I don't know how you're going to do it. And those are part of the things that you realize in the epiphany stage. Suddenly you become more ambitious and you want to focus more because you know, like, oh shit, like I need to get on my shit now. And it's better to do it when you're young. It's better to have this when you're young because you have a lot more energy. You have a lot more time on your hands. You don't have a family yet. Unless you had, kids when you were young or you got married when you were young, then it's a little bit different. But even for those men, the epiphany stage tends to kick in a lot faster because now they have a family that they have to provide for. You got to stay focused. And the last part of the epiphany stage that I want to mention is your confidence. In the epiphany stage, you realize that your confidence can change how the world views you completely. Because if you can have enough confidence in yourself, people become curious on why you're so confident. And then you begin to convince those people that, oh shit, he can actually do this. He can probably do this. He can probably do the things he said he did because you have so much confidence in yourself. You don't doubt yourself. Confidence will change your life, but you have to build it. It doesn't just come. You have to build that confidence. And it is not easy because with confidence comes rejection, comes heartbreak, comes failure. Those are the stepping stones and those are the things that you have to go through in order to build up that confidence because it makes you more resilient. It makes you more stronger. Your confidence can single-handedly change your life. And that's why it's very important that you build that up over time. Whatever rejection that you've been through, whatever failures you've been through, whatever obstacles you've been through, that helps you build up confidence. Like I've said before, when you take an L, it's not a loss, it's a lesson, and you learn from that lesson. and you use that lesson to your advantage. I know life is hard, things are difficult. Society makes us feel as if we're disposable. Women tell us that they don't need us, that they hate us, and whatnot. But we know what the truth is. The world wouldn't be where it is without men. The world need us. The world needs men. But if you want to be that change, that shift that you can make in society, you have to start with yourself. And I know things are not easy. You're probably going through a lot of shit right now that maybe your friends don't know about, your parents don't know about, your family don't know about, because you don't know who to turn to. You don't know who to talk to. I know, man. I know, bro. Believe me. I understand. I'm going through shit right now myself, but I can't mope. I can't afford to feel sorry for myself because I know exactly the things that I want to achieve in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. So I got to start now. Don't expect anybody to feel sorry for you. I can empathize with you, but I'm not going to feel sorry for you because I know that you can do it. But you have to believe that you can do it. Because no matter how much people believe in you, you have to believe in yourself first. Nothing will change unless you make that change. The epiphany stage is realizing that you have to get it on your own. And as simple as that sounds, it can be scary, especially when you're just realizing it. I know a lot of guys around the world know exactly what I'm talking about because once that epiphany stage hits, now you're starting to wonder, okay, what do I want to do with my life? And if I do decide to pursue that, am I going to be good at it? Am I going to be successful at it? Am I going to fail at it? But you'll never know unless you try. You see, one of the biggest things that hold us back is the fact that we're scared and we procrastinate. We procrastinate. We say we're going to do it tomorrow. And we just never end up doing it. We keep doing that up until, before you know it, a year goes by. Before I made this YouTube channel, I told myself that I wanted to make it, right? And I kept overthinking it. I kept saying, okay, what do I need? How do I start? How am I going to do this? And before I knew it, like months passed by until I realized, I have to just start. I need to just start. And that is what's stopping you from achieving your dreams is you need to start. It's not going to be perfect when you first start. Everything is not going to be completely the way you want it to be when you first start, but at least you started. Because procrastination and doubt will hold you back for years. And I'm telling you this by experience. It will hold you back. Instead of overthinking something that you want to do, just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't think too much. Just do it. And you will have satisfaction in yourself that you have started the process. You are finally on the path to doing the thing that you've always wanted to do. You've crossed that barrier. Because that barrier is the thing that's always holding us back. Self-doubt, procrastination. And one day I woke up and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. I can't afford to procrastinate anymore. I'm going to just do it. And that's why if you can tell in the first couple of videos I've posted, I was a little bit more timid just because I'm a very private person. I don't really like being in front of the camera, which is kind of ironic because I used to model. But I got over that so fast, I realized it wasn't my thing. And that's how I got into photography. And eventually I started photography and I was pretty good at it. And up until today, I love doing photography. You just got to start, man. And it's not going to be easy. The road to where you want to be is not going to be easy. But that's part of the epiphany stage. You realize that it's not going to be easy, but you still work towards it anyway. Because with hard work and resilience, you can do it. So, that's the epiphany stage that men go through. This is men's epiphany stage. And I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you learned that a lot of the things that you're going through as a man, discovering yourself, what you want to do, and who you are, a lot of us are trying to figure it out. You're not the only one. So hopefully when you watch this video, you can resonate with it. And you can understand that you can do the things that you want to do as long as you put your mind to it. As long as you have confidence in yourself and your dreams, you can achieve anything. To any of the young kids out there, the young men out there, the teenagers out there who either don't feel loved, who don't feel appreciated, to the husbands and fathers out there who don't feel appreciated, whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can get yourself out of any situation that you want to. But you have to be resilient and you have to fight. And that's something that I have to keep telling myself every day. I see a whole bunch of kids who are on Instagram, seeing a lot of these fitness influencers having the body that they want to have. And because they feel like they can't achieve it at a certain time, they want to take gear. And this literally happened to one of the younger kids that go to the gym that I go to. He wanted to take gear. And I told him, no, bro, don't do it. I never took gear and you don't need it. As long as you put your mind to it, you can get the body that you want. You can hit the PR that you want. Don't let the comparison of other people ruin the progress that you've made over the years, because where you're currently at right now was not where you were at 3 years ago. And you have to take that into consideration. You might not be moving at the pace that you want to, but everybody moves at their own pace. As long as you're making progress, that's what's most important. All right? So keep your head up. Keep striving to be the best. Because that's what the bourbon effect is, right? Forever evolving, embracing pain, embracing struggle, and overcoming it. So if you're a kid out there and you resonate with this, please use this as motivation. But don't rely on motivation. Build discipline. So that's the video for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Guys, please tell your story in the comment section. Tell your story on things that you've been through that you were able to overcome. Because you never know, your story might resonate with the next kid or the next man. It may give him that extra push to move forward and keep fighting. Because a lot of men out there know we've all been through that part in our life where we just woke up and we didn't know what we wanted to do with our lives. And sometimes we just didn't even want to wake up because life was so fucking hard. But we kept going. So please tell your story in the comment section. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know every time that I post. And you guys already know what it is. Bourbon Effect out.